Good afternoon. I'm Holly Jennings with Premier Senior Consultants, and we are here for Tuesday's Tips and Talks. And today I have the pleasure of chatting a little bit with Heather Kirson. How are you?
Doing well, thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. We've known each other quite a while, helping seniors. And as you guys know, here at Premier Senior Consultants, we help families find senior living options, whether that's independent, assisted living, or memory care. There's no cost for our service because our communities pay our fee. And we have been blessed with the fact that we've relocated offices. I was in Winter Park for about 6 years, and I've now had the opportunity to be able to partner with Heather a little bit and have some space here at her office in September. So we thought this would be a great opportunity for us to share what they do here at their firm.
Thank
so
you,
go right
Holly.
ahead. Absolutely.
We're glad to have you
Thank
in the
you.
building.
We love it.
I'm the owner of the Elder Law Center of Kirson and Fuller, and we're located on Robinson, and our cross street is Shine. So if you know where Maxine's is, we're just down the street.
Right.
We're a full-service law firm that focuses solely on elder law. A lot of people will say, well, what is elder law?
Yes, exactly.
So I'll go through all the areas we
Okay.
help. So one of the first things you need to think about legally as you age is, do you have your estate planning in place? And I don't know, Holly, do you run into people that haven't done their estate planning or haven't updated it?
Absolutely. And you know what's interesting is because I help not only seniors but adult children, and sometimes the struggle they're going through with their parents, it makes them realize, I haven't done this for myself either.
Yes.
You probably see that.
All the time.
Yeah.
So I just met with someone today. The daughter's like, I have nothing, and my husband and I have minor children. So we do estate planning for all ages.
Good.
But we also specialize in the elderly because we're trained specifically in what the elder is going to face legally as they age with their health care. So our healthcare system, as you already know, is pretty complicated in the United States. And so our planning can be all comprehensive so that it will meet all your needs as you age.
Okay.
If you go to a regular estate planning attorney, they'll probably do a great job with your estate plan, but they don't understand the nuances of what's going to be needed regarding finances, regarding paying for long-term care.
Oh, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's something you can help with.
So that's the first starting point. And then we also do guardianships for people that unfortunately didn't do their estate planning and now lack capacity.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes guardianships are used to stop exploitation. So if they had a neighbor, a handyman, a caregiver that was exploiting their loved one, they can file for guardianship to stop that.
Okay, good to know.
We also do guardian advocacies for disabled people that were born with a disability.
Okay.
And that's an easier guardianship process.
Okay.
We do trust administration. We do Medicaid planning and VA planning. So there are public benefits available for elders depending on if they were in the service or not, if their spouse was in the service. There's public benefits to help pay for nursing home care, which is very important. The cost of care, I think, shocks people.
It
You
really
probably
does.
run into that.
Absolutely. Okay.
So the average cost of a nursing home in Central Florida right now is about $10,000 a month.
Wow.
So if you have someone that is running out of their Medicare days and you think, well, I can't bring them home, and then the facility calls you and says you need to write us a check for $10,000, that's usually a big shock.
Yes.
Most people can't afford that.
No.
So we can help with getting Medicaid benefits and protecting assets.
Okay.
We also help with probate, of course, which is the process of after someone passes, if they have assets only in their name, it has to go through the probate process.
Okay.
A lot of people think, well, they had a will, so there's no probate, but that's not true.
I've learned that. Yes. I'll ask people about those certain documents and they'll say, oh, I already had that. And that's not.
So a will will take you to probate if you die with something that you own only in your name, because the probate process is what gets clear title. We make sure creditors are notified. We have the benefit of living in Florida that we have very strong Florida homestead protection laws in our Constitution.
That's good.
So your homestead is protected from Medicaid and protected from all unsecured creditors. So Your home can never be taken. The only people that can place a lien against your home are your mortgage company.
Okay.
A mechanic's lien if you didn't pay your roofer.
Okay.
Or you have a judgment from the IRS. The federal government always gets their money.
They get to take their money. Yeah.
But most states don't have that protection, and that's a huge benefit in Florida, that as long as you're leaving your home to a lineal heir, it could be a niece, nephew, cousin.
Okay.
It's going to be protected from your creditors.
Okay.
So
that
huge part of Florida law. We also help people with just the whole process like you do.
Right.
We hope they come to us before they get to you, but
Sure.
they can go the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. It
use-
helps me too.
Yeah.
When they had that all that in line.
And we use Holly. We send clients to Holly for placement in assisted living. Their
Right.
service is great, and it's such a huge benefit to what I find is that this whole process is so overwhelming.
It is. It sure is.
So a lot of times maybe the family lives out of state and they've had very little, they talk on the phone a lot, but they
Right.
haven't had face-to-face contact.
Exactly.
And a lot of times an elder can kind of hide their memory
Yes.
loss on the phone.
Right.
If they're talking about the weather,
Right.
what they cooked, what they ate, very benign topics.
Yes.
And then when they come to visit for the holidays,
Yep,
which we're
it's- we're
coming
coming
up
up.
on,
Don't you get busy.
we get really busy.
Right. Because they realize that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they realize, oh my gosh, I didn't know that the house wasn't being kept up. I didn't
Right.
know that mom was so forgetful. So a lot of times we're just counseling families or counseling the elder. When I'm talking with the elder's always our client, but we might be working via the durable power of attorney if the elder lacks
Yes.
capacity.
Yes.
But all the clients that are seniors, I try to impress upon them, getting these things in order now is a gift to yourself and to your family.
Yes.
Because you get to decide.
That's right. Oh my gosh, she's speaking my language. I love it because
So-
I say the same all the time.
If you don't decide, that unfortunately is a decision in
Yeah.
itself, and then someone else will decide.
Exactly.
So I find that most people want to make their own decisions, and I want to empower them to make their own decisions.
Right.
Most people have a bad experience with having a family member that had been in a nursing home,
Yes.
and maybe it's the elder's parent, and maybe it was in a different state.
Yes.
So they have a lot of fear that they're going to take everything from me, the
Yes.
government will, or they don't even know about assisted living.
Right. They
Like,
don't.
how many times do you hear of someone
Yes.
that says, well, my mom was in a nursing home, so I'm not going to one of those places? And you say, have you ever been to assisted living?
Exactly.
And they
It
say,
looks
no.
so different. So different. Puts their mind at ease.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our goal is to keep elders in the least restrictive placement as possible.
Nice.
We
I
want them
like
to
that.
stay home as long as they can.
Yep.
If they have to go to assisted living, that it be assisted living and not a nursing home. The nursing home would really be the last option, and our
Right.
hope would be it would never occur.
Exactly. Yes.
How long are you seeing people when they come to you? What's the average stay when they get into assisted living?
You know, that is a great question, and it does have a lot to do with how soon they go in, because they're afraid of, like you said, of what it's going to be. And then when they go and see, this is like an apartment, and I have independence, and they want you to have independence. So I could see them years, but I always warn too that if you wait too long, you have to have an admission criteria. They have an admission criteria. A lot of it has to do with ambulation and transferring things. But if you surpass that, you're going straight to the nursing
Right.
home. However, if you get into an assisted living and then exceed it, there are things we'll bring in. They will bring in hospice, home care, anything like you say. Hopefully you'll never see a nursing home.
Right.
So,
And I try to impress that if you ask for help when you really need help early on,
yes,
you might avoid the fall that breaks the hip
that's
that
right.
ends up in the nursing home.
That's exactly right.
And I know we all like to be self-sufficient in the United
Yeah.
States, and I'm in charge.
Yeah.
We want you still to be
Yeah,
in charge.
right.
But when you start seeing that you need help, if you get that help sooner than later, you're going to have a way better outcome.
Right.
And more independence.
Yes, it is so true. It is so true. And that's why we want to be a resource to you. Tell me if they just don't even know where to start. What do you recommend, or what would be the steps?
So we do a free seminar every month,
Okay.
and they can sign up for that through our office.
Good. Okay.
It's via Zoom right now, but after the new year, we'll be doing it in person again.
Okay.
And that gives you, in that presentation, it's an hour long, and myself or Tracy Zanko will give you a big overview of all the areas you need to look at. If you have estate planning now, you probably need to update it.
Yeah.
And we won't just scrap what you have.
Yes.
We'll look at what you have and we'll say, well, this needs to be updated. This is okay. After you do the free seminar, you can call and make an appointment. If you don't want to attend the free seminar, you can just contact the office and schedule an appointment with one of our experienced elder law attorneys. We have 5 attorneys. And we basically sit down and give you a global assessment of all areas, your health, your insurance that you have, your current estate planning, what is needed, what are your plans for aging? Do you have a long-term care policy? If you do, great, because you're probably going to be able to stay at home or easily move into assisted living. If you don't have a long-term care policy, which most people don't have because they're expensive, we're going to look at, if you needed care, the first place we'll look is VA benefits.
Right.
So are you eligible for aid and attendance? And is that going to be enough money to help you move into the assisted living you want?
Yes.
If your care is so extreme that you're not going to qualify for assisted living, then we're probably going to look at nursing home care and doing Medicaid asset protection planning.
Okay.
So
that's good.
So that's the process.
Oh, that's good. And that's where people, if you don't know where to start or you need kind of a refresher, we will have both Premier Senior Consultants information and Heather's firm in the chat box, so you'll know where to find us. But we're both here, and so we'll make sure that we get you into the right hands and any of the other resources that you may need. So thank you for that. That is a great recap, and I love the seminar. So I hope people, I don't know if there'll be like some way that we could get them either a link or they can know how to do that. I can get you
all the dates and we can do a link, but we'll figure it out and get them the information. We also help people, if you have a loved one that's being exploited financially, we will do litigation regarding that.
Okay.
And try to get the money back if it hasn't left the barn, or stop it from leaving more.
Okay.
So that's a big problem. I don't know if you see it.
Sometimes, so that's good to know that you guys offer that assistance as well. So.
Because, elders are ashamed of being exploited, or if they think, well, I should have known better, and then they don't want to tell family. And by the time family finds out, a lot of times the money's already left, but we've been successful in getting some back.
Wow,
and we've also been very successful in stopping the bleeding.
Right. Exactly. Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you guys have a great afternoon. Thank you for joining us, and we hope that you got something out of this. I think it's been very helpful. So we hope to see you again soon, and you guys have a great holiday season, okay? Take care.
Happy holidays. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.